Once Upon a Time Part 1 was so successful, Jet Li became the instant superstar of martial art films in Hong Kong. And I have a track records of the pound for pound top martial art performance on screen. I think that's why Tsui Hark chose me to play opposed to Jet Li. He wanted the ultimate martial arts opponent for Jet Li. And also because it was action directed by Yuen Woo-ping, and which means I will get a lot of freedom as far as choreography, because I've been working for Yuen Woo-ping as a choreographer, and he have a lot of trust in me. So I took it really personally. When I mean personally, I don't mean personally as a real duel match and trying to out-kill each other, but more like both artists being having that fortunate moment in one films where you can really show your art and communicate through your art. I didn't know Jet Li, he didn't know me. We didn't really talk too much, but when that camera rolled, we just kind of expressed ourselves with our true art to find a common ground. It's like two jazz musicians when they're playing music together, you know, they find a common ground. They start jamming. They get into another level of interpretations. So I think that's why the performance came out so memorable. It was that we both of us just kind of took on the role and treat that film as the last film of our career. So I think that's why it made it to become one of the classic. Tsui Hark wanted me and Jet to fight in this small environment, and to fight in this environment because this whole environment is made up by bamboo poles and everything, and then in the beginning, he and I would just kind of demolish the whole place, breaking all the poles in half, and the vibe and then we reached to another level of combats, and where we both pick up broken poles and became two poles, one pole on one hand. I think that kind of concepts, I think Tsui Hark got it from a lot of these old samurai movies with two samurai swords, but now we're dealing with two kung fu traditionalists. Again, we took it very personal. I know I did. I'm fighting this guy Wong Fei-hung, and obviously he was the star in the film. But at the same time, if I want to make a mark fighting Wong Fei-hung as who I am, I can't take this lightly. Like I take a lot of other films lightly, because sometimes I tend to take my physical abilities for granted, because I was always looked upon as, oh, he's the top martial art actor, so therefore no one else can compete. So when I take on a job, I throw a hand here and there, and it becomes, one or two takes, that'll be okay. But here I am, I'm, on the set, facing Jet Li, Wong Fei-hung, the man. He's got Tsui Hark, master of these martial art films. Yuen Woo-ping, one of the greatest director of martial arts. And I said to myself, if I don't make my moment now, I will never make my moment. So I basically just, I think that energy just came through, and I think Jet felt that. And I think certainly he did, because I remember the four poles we have, and four props, two of them were hollow and the other two were solid. And I said to myself, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until which pole Jet is going to pick up. I was looking at the pole, and Jet Li went over there, touched the pole, and he took the two hollow one. So which left me the two solid one, which was a lot more heavier. And I said, okay, he's going to try to tie my hand. So that's actually worked for me, because I was under pressure. Okay, this guy is going to be flying with this two poles. So what am I going to do, So I have to show him what I got, So I took the pole and just kind of told myself, okay, let's, you want to play? Let's play. So I think Tsui Hark wanted to see that. Choi Hak certainly wanted to see that. There's an old Chinese saying, right? You put two lions in one cage, what do you get? The choreography became no choreography. We just kind of went at it. So that's why I think that scene is one of the greatest scenes. I think if you recall, if you look back at Bruce Lee's Return of the Dragon when he fought Chuck Norris, I think it's the same elements. Bruce Lee he looked at Chuck Norris. Oh, here he's a great fighter. I can't take him lightly. In a way, you gotta tell yourself, okay, this is real. This is real time here. When I was first kind of came aboard on Once Upon a Time, we had this meeting with Yuen Woo-ping. I was always Yuen Woo-ping's choreographer throughout many of the previous films. So we had this meeting during lunch, and he was basically asking me, how are we going to bring this character out? So I just kind of thought that it was my idea to try to find an object to interpret this character's, his martial art physical ability is so advanced that he can transcend his power, his energy into any object. So, for example, we can just use a soft cloth, and by interpreting his skill into the cloth becomes a stick. It becomes so hardened that, that even a cloth can be devastating. So that was my idea, So I kind of told Yuen Woo-ping, and Yuen Woo-ping told Choi Hak. I described how I would like to come up with have a bucket of water, and how I damp this cloth into the water, and the water gets wet, and as the camera pulls back, I start swinging the cloth, and the cloth becomes so fast and so strong, it becomes like a stick. So Choi Hak really loved the idea, and made it happen. Made it a very memorable scene. Like any other films, right, kung fu films, you're dealing with, you're working with Yuen Woo-ping, so automatically you have to set the standard to be number one in the world. Number one. Number two is that this is still the certain amount of degree of filmmaking. There's a lot of props involved. I mean, realistically, no one can swing a soft cloth and make it like an iron rod. It's impossible. Obviously, there's a lot of props and camera works to be involved, right? But yes, it was difficult trying to swing this cloth and make it convincing as a weapon, because I never learned any weapons like that, But it was all made up, It was purely on your physical abilities, How do you look at the cloth? When I looked at the cloth during the film, I didn't look at the cloth as a cloth. I look at, this is a weapon. I'm gonna take this weapon, and I'm gonna do some damage with that, and that was my attitude. Once Upon a Time Part 2 and Dragon Gate, I got injured. It was one shot where I was supposed to, like, standing in front of a pole, and there was two cameras going on. The other a wide shot was actually Jet's double. He was wide up on top of the pole, and he was supposed to swing around with that pole and use his pole to hit that pole and break that pole in front of my face, and then I sort of kind of react to it and step backward. And the other camera is in a close-ups on my face. So we tried a couple times, and for some reason the wire didn't work, and he couldn't hit the pole precisely. So Yuen Woo-ping and Choi Hak was like, oh, try to get more power faster. And of course I can't really react. I can't take a step back until I see his pole breaking that pole in front of me. So and the last take, he just kind of swung around and hit it really hard, but didn't break the pole. He missed the pole and hit me in the face. Hit me in the head. All I heard was a loud noise, cracked, and I took a step back. I really took a step back, and I had my hand in my eyebrow, and when I took it off, wow, the blood was spreading. It was like spraying all over the place, and I just said, I think I have to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Stitches me up. 3 days later, Trey called me up. He said, Donnie, we're rushing this film. Can you come to the set and start filming? I said, how am I going to film me? I got bandages on my left eye. So I said, well, we're going to start shooting a lot of the profile close-ups. You can't see the eyebrow. So that's why if you look at the films, a lot of times there was many scenes, many shots I was standing on the side in a profile. And also because there's all these bandages, they didn't really put makeup on me. So a lot of people told me like, oh, that you didn't have any eyebrow. You didn't, the character have no eyebrow. But actually, because I couldn't put any makeup on the eyebrow and put makeup in the rest of your face, and it didn't really give it a balance. So that's why it looked like I didn't have any eyebrow in that character, but it was actually a serious injury. Hong Kong industry, especially martial art industry, we grew up, when I first worked for Yuen Ping, he's old school, sometimes when I done a lot of directing in Germany and in many places. I used to tell a lot of these newcomers, I said, don't think you're the greatest martial artist. There's a lot of great martial artists out there, no doubt. There's a lot of great martial artists in this country, all over the world. In fact, they're probably better martial artists than some of these people in Hong Kong. However, this is action filmmaking. This is martial art filmmaking. It's not about how great you are doing those punch and kicks. It's how great you look in front of the camera. It doesn't matter if you can do all that. At the end of the day, you look like, horrible on films, you look like shit on film, that nobody wants to watch you. So throw that martial arts BS, the years of whatever you're claiming, out of the window. You come into a film industry. This is filmmaking, Can you kick across that camera without even touching the lenses, like 20 takes, same precision? Can you do that? If you can't do it, you better go home and train some more, But when I first arrived in Yuen Ping sets, same atmosphere. He used to tell me the same thing. This is Shaolin Temple this is filmmaking of Shaolin Temple. You come here, you train. We used to do a whole month of fighting scenes. 6 o'clock in the morning, we fight, choreographed fight, and on and on and on and on, right? 3 o'clock in the morning, you might take a break when they set up another set, and we take 57 or something, and then he's on to shoot something else, and then you're in the back trying to rest up, and then 3 o'clock in the morning, right, 4 o'clock in the morning, hey, wake up, what happened to that jump split kick? We continue on, from that jump split kick. This is 4 o'clock in the morning, so you get up, trying to wake yourself up, do splits and stretch up. All right, like, where were we? Oh, our last take, you were jumping off from the, the building. No, jump down. Those are the, these are the training that gave me the kind of ground, the solid foundation of. So when I started teaching martial arts during like on my free time, and to those who wants to be in the film business, I said to them, it's like, it's even a higher degree of physical abilities in front of the camera than just the martial arts, because you're dealing with so many elements, not just throwing a kick out there and looking pretty and everything, but really throwing that kick with intention. Now, when I mean intention, doesn't mean just to damage a person, but with every intention, your character, your camera, who you're working with is getting a PhD degree in martial art. It's being able to perform in front of the camera. It's not easy. People think, oh, you wire them up, wire them up, you know. Can you move when you're wired up? You know, once you hang you up, you know, can you move around with that wire, you know? Can you remember everything? Can you do one shot with 50 movements, you know, without remember every positions, you know, and do it naturally, but at the same time so natural that it looks real, but yet having the same degree of control, not to hurt your opponent or the cameraman, you know. You start punching the lens. I mean, I know cameraman got hurt a couple times because you know, the other guy, some bad martial art actor, their control is so bad, they hit the camera and, and the cameraman go boop boop. I mean, the cameraman went to the hospital because of that, you know. So it's very, very, very difficult to be a martial art actor. Not never mind being a great martial actor. Being a martial art actor, especially today's standard, is very difficult.